Okay, awesome. How is everybody doing today? In today's audit, we are going to be auditing this company. They reached out to us via our ads that we're running for a free website audit SEO evaluation. This company is Amorphous Studio. I'm going to say I got that. If I got it wrong, I'm sorry. But here we go. Let's just dive right into it. So first of all, very clean looking website. They have privacy terms, contact form, meet the designer so you can get to know about the company. They have a nice portfolio, services they offer. The journal, I haven't dove into the journal at all, which is a blog. Okay, they just call it a journal, so nice. They have a blog, a contact, and services. So one thing I will call out about this website, first of all, it is very professional, very clean. It's a nice looking website overall. So well done to Amorphous Studio there. The one problem I have with that out of the gate is I don't know where you're servicing. So I see that they do remodels, they do interior design, they do constructions, but I don't know. Oh, there it is. Landscape of LA and California. Is this the only place you're calling out potentially where you are? If so, something that made this a little more local based as far as, are you servicing the Los Angeles, the California regions? How far are you willing to go outside? I saw on your website you do collaborations, but I don't know your regional specifics. I can't talk today. Specifics as far as that goes. And so without those specifics, it makes it tough for local SEO to really grab where you're going for. So that could get you a lot more traffic coming in organically, which is always a nice to have. Let's dive right into the actual audit after we get off the web page. We try to make these as quick as possible. Normally when I do these with people live, we do it over about 15 minutes and really get into the weeds and give them actionable things they can do to help. So here is a nice page speed insight report for their business overall. Like I said, the numbers that people think they need to look at is the SEO number. That is not what you need to look at. You need to look at performance. Performance is first number. This is the number that counts. SEO, all this is saying is that you've tagged your things correctly. You have the correct meta descriptions. Your links are crawlable. Your robots.txt is there. All great stuff, all necessary to have for SEO, but that's not the number that you're going to be judged off of. It's going to be this performance metric. And that performance metric is judged off the fact that 90% of users will leave if this number, your first content paint, does not draw in about 3 seconds or less. Normally around 2 seconds is really where you want to be, and that has to be the mobile score, not the desktop score. Generally about a 55. If I flip this to desktop, it's probably going to jump to about the 70s. Still not going to get to the 90s, but mobile is what counts because that's where most people live. We're also seeing some best practice errors here, but we're not going to really worry about those. If we clean up performance, best practices follows in suit. So what this really means, and the big things to look at here, is your first content paint, your largest content paint. We'll drill right into exactly what those are, but this is your user experience. As I say in many videos before, we have a 7.5% page speed index, which generally means when somebody comes to your site on their mobile phone, this is the experience that they'll have, is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds of nothing before they're starting to see imagery show up, which is then going to be this image over here to the side. That's not a good user experience. Here's your first 3 seconds right here, which is 3 seconds of blank pages. And then the user leaves because they assume there's something wrong with your site. It's not going to load. And so they just take off because people just don't have the patience for it anymore. This imagery right here, this is your biggest content paint that's getting drawn, which is a Germany von, I don't even know what this, Aufmüdel Vergarten Trost. I didn't even see this on your front page. Where is this? Way down here in the bottom somewhere? So I don't even see where this is being drawn on your page out of the gate. So this is definitely something that, let's see if it's on the front. It's got to be on the front page, not the services page. That's my bad. But wherever this Trouse is, wherever that is loading from, and that's the weird part, is I don't see it even on this front page end. I could be completely blind, and I do a lot of these audits every day. So if I'm sorry about that, but this is the main image or whatever that we would need to clean up and get this thing either out of here or lazy loaded. There's a bunch of different ways we can go about it. Minifying threads. Yep. This is normally assets, cleanups, lots of images that need to be probably minified. Render blockings, looking for anything weird. A lot of people wonder what I'm looking for with this type of stuff. I'm trying to see if this is a WordPress site, if it's a hard-coded site, stuff like that, what this page was created in, because I don't know. Sometimes I get these audits in from developers too, so I've been sending all of these audit videos actually over to the owner of businesses. So if you are seeing one of these videos and you reach out to me and you do the audit form and you leave me a Gmail or something else, I've had a lot of SEO companies or the SEO people assigned to projects trying to get me to audit their websites and then give that to them, and then they take that to give to their business owners and say, hey, look at all this stuff I found. And really they didn't know what they were looking for or what they found. I've tried to send this over to direct business owners so that you get the actionable feedback yourself. This is drilling in with Ahrefs, which is a popular kind of back-end tool. And one thing I can say is I can definitely guarantee now that they have an SEO company doing their things, because they have great backlinks. They have a lot of referring domains. If you see this type of stuff, and an SEO company will send you a report and they'll be like, oh, look at all the organic traffic, look at all the leads we're getting, look at all this stuff like that. You're getting it from Germany. So you have 7,000 keywords you're ranking for in Germany. You're getting 540 traffic from Germany. But in the US, which is the region you care about, based on everything I'm seeing with Los Angeles and California on there, you're only ranking for 93 keywords and you got 2 people. So definitely, that's, I said, we really would want to drill into the local aspect of things. Where are you at? Where are you going? Rebuild some of these pages. Not that we need to downrank Germany, but just that we need to get refocused in on the regions that matter to you so you can get that organic traffic build up. So overall, it's a great site. There's definitely work that needs to be done. AI citations, which is a new thing that Google started pushing for in June. So it's very new to the algorithm. I literally have come across one site that actually had this already when I did an audit for them. But we'd start pushing traffic towards getting some AI citations. We'd start building up local SEO blog pages, stuff where it's more consistent with what you want, and start getting regional traffic, so that we can really start building up your keyword base, because you have a great foundation, but unfortunately it's all in Germany. And unless you are a German-based company, which if you are, great. But if not, we would just want to build up that region and that area. Overall, it's a great looking site. It has the core foundations in place. This is not nearly as bad as most of the sites I see. Normally see a lot of red in here. I don't normally see a lot of green. So great job getting the foundation in place, but definitely something that you would want to refactor, push it towards local, start getting in those static things, start building automations into this. I saw on the site, and I'll drill into it. It's going to be a little bit longer than I normally do. But I saw it when I drilled into the journal. There's not a lot of content here. There's a little bit of content here. I think we got 3 pages of journal postings for a company that looks fairly well established. And if we drill in on one of these, I'm going to go on a limb and say, yeah, that we don't get a lot of timestamps and dates on here. Normally what you would want on here is a timestamp and a date where it's really going to show you when this was posted up. Google thrives on new content and new information, and so it not being available downplays that a little bit. So it does have archives. I don't know if these go all the way back. Like I said, normally we drill around and we start getting into a lot more of the weeds if there's somebody that's under our SEO wheelhouse, which is a service that we offer at Nimblo. And again, if it's something that people are interested in any of those videos, our stuff is inclusive. It is a flat $500 rate that includes all website design, all website maintenance, all SEO. That includes generating content for your blogs and SEOs to get those local organic rankings, to start getting you more clients that are relevant to you in your door. And then now we also have our AI portal that we've put together for small business owners, which includes tools, automations, learning abilities, stuff like that, for how you can integrate automations into your business. We have some that are plug and play. You can drop them in on day one. They're good to go. If you need help with that, our team takes care of that for you. So we try to give as much business resources and free value as possible directly to anybody we're working with. Like I said, we're all about adding free value. We're all about giving small business owners the tools and things they need to thrive and succeed. And like I said, we do that for a flat $500 a month. If you like to pay per year, we do $5,000 per year. You get 2 months for free. We outprice anybody else because we want to bring value to you. We don't want to be a cost. So overall, Amorphous Studio, great job overall. Foundations are there. Minor cleanups, local SEO, get the traffic that matters to you. Clean up that performance so that these things load quickly, so that you get more users that actually see your site instead of bouncing to go find the competition. and I think you'll be in a great place. So I hope this has helped. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I'm happy to get on a call. All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.